the galaxy had heard of humanity. Or at least it thought it had. Across the stars, alien civilizations spoke of Earth as a primitive world, warm, wet, filled with soft creatures who struggled to survive their own seasons. The Council of the Outer Worlds, composed of the oldest and most advanced species, laughed when the subject came up. Earth? Hissed Tyrex, a serpentine diplomat from the Venari Dominion. Barely more than a swamp of savages. Why waste time? Perhaps for sport, replied Zorith, a crystalline strategist from the Luminar Collective. They might amuse us before they are extinguished. At the edge of the galaxy, Earth spun quietly, ignorant of its reputation. Humanity went about its daily struggles, building, exploring, surviving. And yet, under this veil of ordinary life, humans had been preparing. For decades, secret projects had scouted the stars, studied alien technology, and learned from the cosmos itself. On the orbital shipyard above Earth, the United Earth Command assembled its newest fleet. Sleek warships, each the size of small cities, gleamed against the black void. Their weapon systems hummed, not just with raw power but with intelligence. Humans had learned to merge technology with tactical genius, creating warships capable of acting like living commanders. Admiral Elena Vargas stood on the bridge of the flagship Defiance, looking out at the stars. Her face was calm but her mind raced. "Status report," she ordered. Lieutenant Rami Chand, a human engineer with cybernetic enhancements, turned to her. "Sensors detect multiple alien fleets converging near the Orion Passage. All major powers are here. They believe Earth is defenseless." Elena's lips curved into a faint, confident smile. "Good. Let them believe it. Our first strike must be decisive and intelligent." Meanwhile, the alien fleet was readying itself for what they believed would be a simple show of power. Massive dreadnoughts, bristling with weapons, formed perfect formations in orbit around a barren moon. Itarwax observed through a viewport. "They will surrender or they will die," Durox said, voice like grinding metal. "Such arrogance," murmured Zorith. "Savages always think cunning is invisible." In the silence before the storm, human operatives aboard stealth drones infiltrated alien ships. They moved like shadows, bypassing shields, planting microdisruptors in navigation cores. Entire fleets would find themselves unable to maneuver when the time came. On the surface of a nearby planet, humans had deployed orbital decoys, replicas of entire starships, indistinguishable from reality. The aliens, expecting an easy fight, mistook them for the entire Earth fleet. Confidence swelled. Then the humans struck. From the dark side of Jupiter's moons, the real fleet emerged, moving with the precision of a predator. Defiance led the formation, a sleek mountain of steel and firepower. Energy cannons flared, tearing through alien scouting vessels before the main fleets could react. Titarwax barked orders, but the Venari ships could not respond fast enough. Their formations fractured as human drones hacked targeting systems. One by one, alien weapons fired at empty space, while human warships closed in with devastating efficiency. On board Defiance, Elena observed the chaos unfolding on the holographic battlefield. "Initiate Vector Sweep Alpha 7. Focus fire on the lead dreadnoughts. Rami, deploy the neural nets, now." Rami's fingers danced over the console, launching AI-driven war algorithms. The neural nets infiltrated alien ship systems, turning their weapons against them. Alien fleets erupted in confusion, energy beams colliding mid-space, ships spinning uncontrollably. Zorith, crystal voice cracking with panic, demanded, "What is this sorcery?" "Their technology, it's alive." "Not sorcery," Elena said calmly in her private comms, "just human ingenuity." Across the galaxy, the news spread like wildfire. Reports reached other civilizations. Earth, the planet mocked for millennia, had destroyed a coalition fleet without losing a single ship. Humanity had revealed itself, not as weak, not as primitive, but as something else entirely. Something the galaxy had underestimated at its peril. But this was only the beginning. Intelligence was one thing, but diplomacy and cunning would be tested next. The Outer Council convened in emergency. Alien ambassadors argued and accused, each species blaming the others for underestimating Earth. "They tricked us," hissed Iruex. "Every calculation was wrong. Every expectation wrong." "Perhaps," said an elder Luminar, "we must learn to see humans not as a species but as a force. And that is terrifying." On Earth, the fleet returned to orbit, victorious but aware that the war for recognition and survival was just beginning. Elena addressed her crew, her voice resonating across the bridge. Today we reminded the galaxy that Earth cannot be ignored. Tomorrow, we decide what we wanted to fear. And far above, among the stars, human warships gleamed like silent meteors, harbingers of a new chapter in galactic history. The galaxy had laughed at humanity. Now it would learn to watch in awe. The Outer Council had convened in emergency, their massive orbital chamber hovering above the crimson gas giant of Valcor Prime. Representatives of countless civilizations filled the room: Serpentine Terox, Crystalline Zorith, the amphibious Elun, and countless others. They had underestimated humanity, and now the embarrassment gnawed at their pride. "They've humiliated us," Terox spat, coiling around his observation platform. "Their ships, their tactics, our calculations were worthless." Zorith's crystalline voice rang with measured anger. "It is not just a failure of calculation. They are unpredictable, dangerous. They are proving that the galaxy's oldest rules do not apply to them." An amphibious delegate, its translucent skin rippling in the chamber's light, hissed, "What are we to do? If we attack directly, we risk annihilation. If we retreat, humanity grows bolder." Meanwhile, humanity was already moving. The United Earth Command had established a diplomatic outpost at the neutral system of Lyria, orbiting a blue-white star. Ambassador Sophia Renard, a master of negotiation, waited in a sleek chamber with walls of shifting holoscreens displaying the fleets of the Council's powers. Her assistant whispered, "They're sending an envoy. Expect threats, accusations, maybe ultimatums." Sophia smiled faintly. "Good. Let them underestimate our patience too. Sometimes words are sharper than weapons." Moments later, a shimmering portal opened, revealing the alien envoy, Terox, Zorith, and a host of other delegates. Their presence was imposing, each radiating authority and raw power. "Humans," Terox hissed, venom in every word, "you have proven competent. But do not mistake luck for superiority. We can crush your planet 10 times over." Sophia inclined her head politely. "And yet here we are. No ships lost, no cities burned, no humans dead in this engagement. Perhaps superiority is measured differently." Zorith's crystalline form shimmered with irritation. "Do not toy with us. The galaxy does not tolerate insolence. You are still a fledgling species." Sophia's eyes narrowed. "And yet, we already fly among the stars, we already build fleets that dwarf your expectations, and we already see paths you cannot imagine." The room pulsed with tension. Every alien present sensed it. Humanity was no longer a simple planet to ridicule. While diplomacy unfolded, Admiral Elena Vargas oversaw the deployment of Earth's fleets. Each ship moved with fluid coordination, energy flares marking their positions against the black void. Orbital defenses on Earth had been upgraded, not just with weapons, but with predictive AI capable of anticipating enemy maneuvers decades in advance. Back in the council chamber, Zorith's patience snapped. "If not for diplomacy, we would obliterate you now." Sophia leaned forward, calm but commanding. "Perhaps, but let me remind you of one thing. Every act of aggression against us strengthens our resolve. Every underestimate is a seed of your downfall. And we are patient." Across the galaxy, smaller skirmishes began to erupt. Scout fleets that had once prowled freely now met human counterstrikes they could not anticipate. Alien warships found themselves caught in traps laid light years in advance, their engines sabotaged, their weapons turned against them. On the ice moon of Krintar, a human tactical team had intercepted a Council intelligence hub. Using stealth technology, they disabled communications across multiple sectors. Entire alien fleets, cut off from coordination, stumbled blindly into human ambushes. Terox roared in fury as he realized the scope of humanity's strategy. "They are everywhere, and nowhere. How can one species manage such omnipresence?" Rami Chand, aboard Defiance, reported calmly, "Admiral, we are not omnipresent. We are prepared. The difference is humans adapt faster than any other species thinks to observe." Elena's gaze hardened. "Prepare Vector Sweep Beta 3. Lure the Council's second fleet into the asteroid belts of Lyria. Let them feel the consequences of arrogance." The trap was set. Alien ships, confident in their strength, pursued a decoy convoy into a dense asteroid field. Human warships emerged from hiding, firing precise volleys of energy and plasma. Ships collided with rocks, their navigation systems compromised by human hacking. The fleet suffered staggering losses before even understanding the strategy. In the aftermath, the Outer Council realized that diplomacy alone would not contain humanity. They began secret negotiations, each species privately questioning, How had humans risen so quickly? How could they move so decisively, so intelligently across the galaxy? At the same time, humanity's leaders debated their next move. Some advocated restraint, hoping to negotiate alliances. Others, like Elena, argued for bold action. Let them see what humans can do, she said. But also let them see mercy. Let them understand we are not monsters, but architects of our destiny. Sophia nodded. And if they refuse to understand? Elena's expression hardened. Then we remind them that the galaxy is not theirs to dictate. We do not ask permission. We take what we earn. Above all, the message spread. Earth was no longer a weak world to be dismissed. Humanity had emerged from obscurity, wielding intelligence, strategy, and adaptability in ways the galaxy had never imagined. Every decision, every maneuver, every negotiation revealed a species capable of apex-level thinking. And the Council trembled, realizing a shocking truth. The humans were no longer underlings in a galaxy of ancient powers. They were a force reshaping the cosmic balance, bending it to their ingenuity and indomitable will. Humanity's rise had begun with a fleet appearing from the void. The next chapter would reveal how they could wield not only power but diplomacy, strategy, and cunning in a galaxy that had never seen anything like them. The galaxy had laughed at Earth. The galaxy would soon bow or burn. The galaxy held its breath. Humanity had emerged from obscurity like a silent storm, striking first with intelligence, then with precision. The Outer Council could no longer dismiss Earth, but arrogance lingered in the hearts of alien commanders. They believed their sheer numbers would crush the humans. In the void near the binary star system of Kaeldar, the first full-scale confrontation began. Thousands of alien ships loomed, an armada stretching across the darkness. They radiated confidence, their engines casting long glows against the twin suns. Against them, Earth's fleet appeared small, but not weak. Each human warship moved with deliberate, predatory grace. Admiral Elena Vargas stood on Defiance's bridge, her eyes scanning the alien lines. Rami, run the predictive algorithms. Show me their weaknesses. We cannot afford mistakes. Rami Chan's fingers flew over the console. Their formations are rigid. They rely on central command nodes. If we disrupt those, the fleet collapses like a house of cards. Elena's lips curved into a smile. Then we collapse it. From the shadows of an asteroid field, human ships emerged like ghosts. Cloaked, silent, deadly. The first volley struck with surgical precision, targeting enemy command ships and crippling navigation cores. Alien fire, directed at empty space, tore apart their own ranks. On board a Venari dreadnought, T-Rex hissed in disbelief. Impossible. How do they know our positions? How? Zorith cut him off, crystalline tones sharp with panic. It is not just knowledge. It is foresight. Humans predict, adapt, and strike before we even react. As the battle raged, humanity revealed one of its deadliest innovations: adaptive combat drones. Small, intelligent, nearly indestructible, they infiltrated alien vessels, overriding shields and turning their weapons inward. Entire wings of enemy fighters were dismantled without a single human casualty. Meanwhile, on the diplomatic front, Ambassador Sophia Renard sent messages to fractious alien factions, offering alliances and trade, promises of mutual benefit if they stood with Earth. Many hesitated. The galaxy's oldest empires had long viewed humans as inferior. Now, some began to consider, perhaps the humans were a force worth joining, or at least surviving alongside. Back in the Kaeldar system, Elena issued orders that would become legendary. Form the Phalanx Array. Draw them into the gravitational rift. Let physics be our ally. Rami raised an eyebrow. You mean use the binary star's tidal forces? Yes. Their ships are heavy, unwieldy. They cannot adapt as quickly as we can. And we have anticipated every vector, every maneuver. The alien fleet pursued, blind to the trap. Once inside the gravitational rift, their formations faltered. Ships collided, engines burned out, and panic spread like wildfire. Human warships struck from multiple angles, lasers carving through alien hulls, plasma tearing corridors apart. Yet, amid victory, a shocking twist unfolded. An alien ship, previously unnoticed, unleashed a wave of energy that disabled the human fleet's AI-assisted systems. Human ships jerked, weapons misfired, and chaos threatened to turn the tide. Elena's voice cut through the bridge, calm but commanding. Manual override. Rami, reroute all controls to human crews. Every ship now. The crew responded with precision. Pilots guided their vessels through the rift, dodging asteroids and enemy fire with uncanny skill. The human element, their resilience, creativity, and courage, turned the tide once again. "Humans, you are maddeningly persistent," Dirx growled, watching as his best-laid plans crumbled. Sophia's diplomatic channels buzzed with reports. Several alien factions were quietly withdrawing, unwilling to risk annihilation. Others sent envoys offering to mediate. Humanity's combination of cunning, technology, and raw adaptability had fractured centuries-old alliances. Meanwhile, Elena executed the final strike. The Defiance, along with a squadron of elite human warships, targeted the alien command core. Guided missiles, energy beams, and hacking swarms converged simultaneously. The core exploded, sending shockwaves through the enemy fleet. Ships drifted disabled, others surrendered, and the rest retreated in disarray. Across the galaxy, news of the battle spread. For the first time, humans were not just fighters, they were architects of war, unmatched in strategy and adaptability. Alien civilizations whispered in fear, some secretly admiring, others vowing vengeance. On board Defiance, Elena allowed herself a brief moment of reflection. "They believed numbers, strength, and experience were enough," she said. "They forgot that humanity learns, adapts, and innovates faster than any tradition or doctrine." Rami smirked. "And they still think the war is over." Elena's gaze hardened, staring into the stars. "No. It has just begun. But now the galaxy knows, Earth is not weak. Earth is inevitable." In the aftermath, the Outer Council convened in secret. They discussed the humans with a mix of fear and fascination. Zoratha's crystalline form flickered as he spoke. "We misjudged them at every turn. Their ingenuity, it is not just intelligence, it is instinct, creativity, and will combined. We may have awoken a predator we cannot contain." The galaxy had learned a harsh lesson. Humanity could not be underestimated. Each battle revealed a species capable of extraordinary feats, tactics that bent the rules, strategies that defied convention, and adaptability that turned potential defeat into triumph. And as humans repaired their fleet and prepared for the next encounter, one truth became clear: the galaxy had laughed at Earth for too long. That laughter was gone. In its place rose awe and fear. The fire of war had been lit, and humanity burned brightest of all. The aftermath of the Battle of Kaeldar left the galaxy shaken. Entire fleets of the Outer Council had been crippled, their pride shattered. Humanity had revealed not only its cunning in war but also its mastery of strategy and foresight. Yet, victory brought new challenges: politics, deception, and the realization that some enemies wore the mask of allies. At the neutral system of Lyria, humanity's diplomatic outpost buzzed with activity. Ambassador Sophia Renard oversaw a roundtable with alien envoys who had not been part of the Kaeldar battle. Some came as observers, others with quiet hope that alignment with humans might protect their worlds. A striking Elun diplomat leaned forward, its iridescent eyes gleaming. "Humans, your display of power, it is remarkable. But power alone does not govern the galaxy. You need allies, influence, and cunning beyond weapons." Sophia smiled. "We understand. That is why we seek dialogue. Cooperation can be more powerful than conquest, but only if it is built on mutual respect." Behind the polite words, calculations ran in Sophia's mind. Trust was a weapon as sharp as any laser. Every alien representative had weaknesses, ambitions, and secrets. Humanity would exploit them, carefully, subtly, without revealing its full hand. Meanwhile, Admiral Elena Vargas strategized the next steps with her fleet commanders. The Council would not ignore humanity forever. Retaliation was inevitable. Yet, humans were not merely reacting, they were shaping the battlefield even in peace. "Intel reports increased activity near the Silveron Rift," Rami Chan said, tapping his console. "The Outer Council is sending what they call a reconnaissance armada. But I suspect it's more than that, likely a probe for vulnerabilities." Elena's eyes narrowed. "Then we give them a demonstration of our strategy. Prepare the Phantom Grid. Deploy it discreetly near the rift." The Phantom Grid was a network of stealth drones and automated warships, each capable of mimicking larger fleets, intercepting communications, and creating illusions that warped the perceptions of the enemy. Days later, the Council's fleet approached the Silveron Rift, expecting an unchallenged probe mission. Instead, the human-crafted illusions multiplied their perceived opposition. Ships fired upon shadows, intercepted messages were falsified, and drones struck with deadly precision. Airwax hissed from his flagship, fury twisting his form. "They are mocking us. Every sensor, every strategy, we are being toyed with." Zorith added, "It is not mockery. It is intelligence beyond our comprehension. Humans do not merely fight, they orchestrate." As the battle of perception unfolded, an unexpected twist occurred. One of the alien factions secretly allied with humans. The Kalari, a reptilian species long ostracized for their radical experiments in quantum communications, had offered discreet assistance. "Humans," their envoy said in Sophia's chambers, "we recognize your vision. Let us lend you knowledge of the rift. Together we can turn what the Council fears into a tool they cannot counter." Sophia weighed the offer. The Kalari were ambitious, unpredictable, but their technology could amplify humanity's strategic advantage. "Very well," she said. "But betrayal carries consequences. We expect loyalty, or you will learn what underestimation costs." The alliance proved decisive. Humanity's fleet, guided by the Kalari's quantum sensors, struck with unmatched precision. Outer Council ships faltered as human warships anticipated every maneuver. The Phantom Grid created illusions of entire fleets, luring Council forces into asteroid fields, black holes and gravitational anomalies. On board Defiance, Elena observed the chaos through the battle map. "Their formations are collapsing. Every move we anticipated, they cannot adapt fast enough." Rami Chan nodded. "And the Kalari network ensures they cannot regroup. It's a perfect trap." Amid the victory, a subtle, dangerous whisper emerged. The Council's remaining powers had begun secret talks among themselves. Not all alien species could be swayed by fear or admiration. Some plotted covert retaliation, seeking spies and assassins to undermine humanity from within. Sophia sensed it in her comms. "Not all allies are loyal," she said to her staff. "Trust is currency, but paranoia is insurance. Prepare countermeasures." Every ambassador, every envoy's message, every communication could be a trap. And then the unexpected strike came, a betrayal hidden in plain sight. One of the alien representatives at Lyria, pretending neutrality, sabotaged a minor fleet outpost. Explosions erupted, alarms blared, and human ships narrowly avoided disaster. Elena's voice rang across the fleet. "Contain the damage. Identify the saboteur. We do not lose to deception." Rami's console flickered. "It's subtle. They knew our systems, predicted our standard responses. But we anticipated this. Countermeasures active. Threat neutralized." The betrayal, while minor, sent a message. The galaxy was not uniform. Some would resist, some would betray, and some would rise alongside humanity. Adaptation, cunning, and resilience would determine the outcome. Later, in a private moment, Sophia spoke to Elena. "War is not just fought in space, Admiral. It is fought in minds, alliances, and perception. Humanity is strong, but even we must tread carefully." Elena nodded. "Agreed. But we have survived every test so far. And the galaxy will learn soon enough that no one can outthink us. Not arrogance, not tradition, not betrayal." As Earth's fleets repaired, diplomats recalibrated, and alliances shifted, one undeniable truth resonated. Humanity had moved beyond simple survival. They were architects of destiny, weaving politics, deception, strategy, and power into a tapestry the galaxy could neither ignore nor fully understand. And in the shadows, those who dared plot against them realized Earth was no longer weak. Humanity had learned, adapted, and struck first, on every front, seen and unseen. The galaxy had laughed. Humanity had struck. And now it was ready to rise. The galaxy was no longer safe for the timid or arrogant. Humanity had shown it could fight, deceive, and strategize better than any other species. But now the Outer Council was preparing a counterstrike. Across multiple systems, fleets mobilized, each led by the Council's best commanders. They called it the Galactic Gauntlet, a coordinated assault designed to crush Earth's growing influence before it could consolidate alliances. Every route between human-held sectors was to be blockaded. Every starport, every outpost, every convoy, targeted. Admiral Elena Vargas observed the incoming fleets from the Bridge of Defiance. Thousands of enemy ships glimmered across space like a river of ice. Yet she did not flinch. "They've chosen the battlefield for us. Good. We will make it theirs." Rami Chan tapped his console. "They've predicted our first moves. Every traditional approach is expected. But there's one weakness. They've divided themselves into sectors. Communication between them is delayed. We can exploit that." Elena's eyes narrowed. "Prepare the Tesseract maneuver. Full coordination with the Kalari network. We strike in unexpected vectors across multiple sectors simultaneously. The Tesseract maneuver was humanity's most daring tactic yet. Using quantum-linked fleets and AI-driven illusions, human forces would appear in multiple locations at once, confusing the Council's fleets and making it impossible for them to concentrate firepower. As the first skirmishes erupted near the gas giant of Orvex, alien commanders assumed victory. Massive dreadnoughts advanced, expecting standard engagements. Instead, human warships appeared from unexpected angles. Some from behind asteroid fields, some emerging from the shadows of moons, others seemingly materializing out of nothing. Energy beams tore through alien cruisers while stealth drones infiltrated command ships, disabling weapons and engines. Alien formations faltered as their fleets collided in confusion. Derwax screamed from his flagship. Impossible. They cannot be in all places at once. Zorith hissed, it is not omnipresence, it is human ingenuity. They predict and adapt faster than we can perceive. Meanwhile, humanity exploited diplomacy simultaneously. Ambassador Sophia Renard sent encrypted messages to neutral or undecided civilizations, offering protection, trade, and advanced technology in exchange for support. Many worlds, witnessing humanity's brilliance and the Council's failures, quietly pledged allegiance. The balance of power began to shift. Yet, amidst triumph, a shocking revelation struck. Deep within the nebula of Kroth, humans detected a hidden Council superweapon, a massive orbital platform capable of unleashing graviton torpedoes, devices that could crush entire fleets or planets. Its existence had been concealed, and its potential destruction was catastrophic. Elena's jaw tightened. If they fire that, entire human sectors could be annihilated. We cannot allow it. Rami Chan frowned. It's heavily shielded, moving through the nebula. Direct assault is suicide. We need precision and deception. The plan was audacious. Humanity deployed a fleet of decoy ships, illusions mimicking their strongest warships, while the real fleet, guided by stealth drones and the Kalari network, maneuvered for infiltration. The humans would board the platform, neutralize the weapon, and escape before the Council realized. The operation began. Human ships dove into the dense nebula, energy signatures masked by artificial distortions. Alien sentries fired blindly, hitting empty space. The boarding teams, elite soldiers and engineers, teleported directly onto the superweapon's hull. Inside, the corridors were a maze of alien technology, guarded by automated drones and security systems. Humans moved with precision, disabling defenses while planting electromagnetic disruptors. Irwax's voice echoed in comms. You dare infiltrate our weapon? You will regret this. Elena's voice responded over secure channels. Calm, resolute. We do not ask permission, Teacher Wax. We act. And we win. In the heart of the platform, the disruptors activated. Shields collapsed and graviton torpedoes went offline. Alien crews scrambled, unable to regain control. Humanity had turned the Council's most devastating weapon against them without losing a single ship. Outside, the illusionary fleet drew the remaining Council forces into a trap. Plasma storms, gravitational anomalies, and stealth drones made pursuit deadly. Council ships fell one by one, not to brute force but to strategy, ingenuity, and precision. When the battle ended, the humans had neutralized the superweapon, routed the Council fleets, and secured key strategic points across multiple systems. They had not only survived the Galactic Gauntlet, they had rewritten the rules of engagement. In the aftermath, Sophia Renard addressed the galaxy's emerging alliances. Humanity seeks not domination but balance. We show strength so that peace is respected. Betrayal will be met with consequence. Cooperation will be met with opportunity. Elena Vargas, standing on the bridge of defiance, gazed at the stars. They tried to crush us, to confine us. But they underestimated the human mind, the human spirit, and our capacity to act when the odds seem impossible. Rami Chan smirked. The galaxy has learned a dangerous truth. You do not underestimate humans. And far across the void, among worlds trembling at humanity's rise, one fact became undeniable. Earth was no longer a fledgling civilization. Humans were apex strategists, warriors, diplomats, and innovators. Their influence would ripple across the stars, shaping the galaxy's destiny in ways none could ignore. The gauntlet of stars had been passed. Humanity emerged unbroken, unbowed, and unstoppable. The Outer Council had underestimated humanity for too long. Each defeat, each humiliation, had eroded their pride and shaken their belief in the galaxy's established order. Now they were desperate. Their last hope, Project Oblivion, a massive coalition superweapon designed to erase entire sectors with a single concentrated strike. In the neutral system of Lithera, the Council gathered in secret. HFY coiled around the Council dais, seething. We have tried diplomacy. We have tried fleets. Nothing works. Humanity has grown beyond containment. Zoratha's crystalline form shimmered with cold fury. Project Oblivion is the only path. If they resist, erase them. Wipe their systems clean. Make the galaxy remember that no species defies the Council. The plan was audacious. The weapon would focus a graviton mass compression wave through multiple star systems simultaneously, a strike that could annihilate human fleets, colonies, and even Earth itself. It was fast, precise, and designed to leave no survivors. On Earth, Admiral Elena Vargas and her council of strategists monitored activity in the Lithera sector. The Council is moving something massive, Rami Chand reported, voice tense. Energy readings, quantum compression waves converging from multiple points. It's obliteration-level destructive power. Elena's eyes narrowed. Then we hit first. And we hit where they least expect it. Humanity's response was swift and daring. Using the Tesseract maneuver refined by months of battle, human fleets simultaneously struck Council staging areas across multiple sectors. Adaptive drones infiltrated command networks, turning enemy communications into chaos. The galaxy became a chessboard, and humans controlled every piece, invisible, precise, and lethal. Meanwhile, elite boarding teams infiltrated the Council's superweapon platforms. Each team was composed of soldiers, engineers, and AI tacticians working in perfect synchrony. Quantum disruptors neutralized the weapons systems, while stealth drones sowed confusion among alien crews. But just when humanity believed victory was certain, the Council unveiled their true twist. A hidden fleet of experimental warships capable of interdimensional jumps, appearing suddenly in human sectors, cutting off reinforcements and targeting vital colonies. Impossible, muttered Rami. They've found a way to bypass our sensor grids completely. Elena's mind raced. Then we adapt. Prepare the mirror strike. Every ship, every fleet will act as bait while our elite teams hit their command cores. We turn their technology against them. The mirror strike was humanity's most audacious maneuver yet. Human fleets divided into mirrored formations, each acting as a reflection of the other, confusing enemy AI and commanders alike. Ships appeared where none should be, firing from multiple angles at once. Enemy warships fired blindly, colliding, misfiring, and ultimately turning on each other. On board Defiance, Elena's eyes scanned the battlefield. This is it. Every simulation, every prediction, every human instinct comes to life now. We cannot fail, not here, not ever. Simultaneously, Ambassador Sophia Renard coordinated with newly allied civilizations. Intelligence, sabotage, and diversionary strikes ensured that the Council's hidden fleet was overstretched, vulnerable, and isolated. Alien factions who had once resisted humanity now hesitated, recognizing the futility of standing against Earth. The climax approached. Elite human teams breached the Council's superweapon core. Automated defenses activated, corridors became death traps, and enemy soldiers converged on critical points. Humanity's soldiers moved with precision, leveraging adaptability, courage, and raw ingenuity. Aboard the weapon's central hub, Elena's voice echoed through the secure comms. This ends now. Disable the core. Humanity will not be erased. Minutes later, energy cores overloaded, shields collapsed, and graviton mass compression waves fizzled. Alien crews were thrown into chaos. Entire fleets, witnessing the destruction of their ultimate weapon, faltered and surrendered. HFY screamed across comms, fury and disbelief intertwined. How can this be? Every plan, every measure, undone. Elena's reply was calm, resolute. You underestimated humans. You assumed strength alone wins wars. You assumed arrogance protects empires. You were wrong. Humanity adapts. Humanity perseveres. Humanity endures. The galaxy watched in awe. Entire sectors had witnessed the annihilation of the Council's ultimate weapon without a single human loss. Allies emerged openly, swearing loyalty to Earth, while the remaining Council factions retreated into the shadows, humiliated and fractured. Sophia Renard addressed the Galactic Assembly via secure communication channels. The galaxy has learned a lesson. Earth is not weak. Humanity does not ask permission to exist, and we will defend ourselves with all our ingenuity, all our courage, and all our determination. Let no species doubt our place among the stars. Elena Vargas, standing on the bridge of Defiance, gazed at the horizon of stars, ships gleaming around her. We have shown them what humans are capable of. But this is not the end. It is the beginning. The galaxy now knows. When humans rise, they rise fully, relentlessly, and without apology. Rami Chand added quietly, "We've become more than warriors. We're architects of the galaxy's future." Elena nodded. Exactly. And they will remember it. Every civilization, every planet, every star. Earth has arrived. And humanity will not be denied its place among the apex powers of the universe. The Outer Council had gambled everything and lost. Humanity had turned desperation into opportunity, cunning into supremacy, and intelligence into apex capability. The galaxy would never again see Earth as weak, primitive, or dismissible. Humanity had survived the final gambit. And in doing so, it had cemented its legend. The galaxy had never seen a force like humanity. After surviving the Council's final gambit, turning their superweapons against them, and reshaping alliances, Earth's influence spread like wildfire. Worlds once fearful of humans now whispered admiration and awe. But humanity's work was not done. The Outer Council still lingered in the shadows, plotting, desperate to regain control. Admiral Elena Vargas stood on the bridge of the flagship Defiance, staring at a map of the galaxy illuminated by countless human-controlled systems. The Council may hide, but hiding does not protect them. Every fleet we deploy, every colony we secure, draws them out. It's time to end this. Rami Chan tapped a series of holographic coordinates. They've consolidated near the Calthor Rift. Thousands of ships, heavily armed, and shielded by experimental graviton fields. They expect a final battle. And they believe we will hesitate. Elena's eyes glimmered. Then let them believe. Humans do not hesitate. We strike with clarity, strategy, and resolve. Across the rift, alien commanders gathered, projecting confidence and rage. Eurox hissed, coiling around the command podium. We underestimated them at every turn. But now we end them. All of them. Zoratha's crystalline form gleamed with fury. They have grown arrogant. They are a threat to the natural order. Obliterate their fleets. Crush their worlds. Let Earth burn. Yet humans were already moving. Using their most advanced strategies, fleets simultaneously emerged from hidden wormholes, asteroid fields, and gravitational anomalies. The mirror strike and tesseract maneuver had been refined into a seamless, multi-layered offensive. Human warships fired from multiple angles, lasers and plasma cutting through alien formations before the Council could even comprehend the threat. In the chaos, stealth drones infiltrated enemy command ships, turning weapons inward, disrupting shields and overriding navigation. Entire wings of alien warships collapsed, not to raw firepower but to strategy, deception, and human adaptability. On board Defiance, Elena issued orders with precision. Focus fire on the graviton cores. Rami, deploy the neural nets. Disable their weapons. Make them see their destruction before it happens. Rami's fingers flew across the console. Graviton fields collapsing, weapon systems offline, shields failing, every enemy ship misfiring. Amid the battle, a moment of cinematic tension unfolded. The Outer Council attempted one final gambit. A warp strike on Earth itself, a desperate attempt to annihilate the human homeworld. Sophia Renard, communicating across the galaxy, acted swiftly. All allied systems activate countermeasures. Draw the warp vectors into phantom coordinates. Make them chase shadows. The Council strike launched, massive energy beams racing through space toward Earth. And yet, when they arrived, they struck nothing. Human fleets and orbital defenses had redirected the energy through gravitational mirrors, sending the destructive force back into the enemy fleets themselves. Alien ships erupted in flames, entire squadrons destroyed in a single shocking reversal. HFY screamed across communications. Impossible. We cannot fail. Elena's calm voice echoed back. You did fail. Time and again. Humanity adapts. Humanity endures. Humanity triumphs. By the battle's end, the Outer Council had been fractured irreparably. Some alien factions surrendered, swearing allegiance to Earth. Others fled, hiding in remote sectors, too fearful to challenge humans again. The galaxy's balance of power had shifted forever. In the aftermath, humanity's leaders convened. Sophia Renard addressed the Assembly of Allied Civilizations. The galaxy has witnessed our resolve, our ingenuity, and our courage. Let this era be remembered, not for fear but for respect. Humanity does not conquer without purpose. We rise not to dominate, but to ensure the safety, prosperity, and progress of all who join us. Elena Vargas, standing on the Bridge of Defiance, gazed at the stars. We have fought, we have adapted, and we have survived. But this is more than survival. We have shown the galaxy what humans are capable of. Intelligence, cunning, courage, resilience. That is our legacy. Rami Chand, smiling quietly beside her, added, "They called us weak, primitive, savage. And yet, we are now the architects of galactic destiny." On Earth, cities glimmered in orbital lights, but more importantly, humans across the galaxy celebrated unity and ingenuity. Colonies in distant systems thrived under Earth's guidance, blending human adaptability with local knowledge. Trade flourished. Diplomacy expanded. Humanity's reach was no longer just physical, it was intellectual, cultural, and strategic. In one final cinematic moment, Elena looked out at the stars with the fleet assembled around her. The galaxy may have doubted us, may have laughed, it may have tried to destroy us. But humanity always rises. Not because we are strongest, but because we are relentless. Because we are clever. Because we never stop learning, adapting, and acting when the moment demands it. Rami leaned over her shoulder. "So, what now?" Elena smiled faintly, eyes shining. "Now we shape the galaxy. Not with fear. Not with tyranny. But with the brilliance, courage, and unity that only humanity can bring. We have arrived. And the stars are ours to inspire." And across the cosmos, civilizations remembered this day. The galaxy had witnessed the impossible. Humans, underestimated for millennia, had risen not only to survive but to ascend. Humanity had carved its place among the apex powers of the universe, unmatched in cunning, strategy, and resilience. The legend of Earth, and of its people, would echo across the stars for generations to come. The galaxy had mocked Earth. Humanity had answered. And now humanity reigned, not with conquest, but with a brilliance that left the cosmos in awe.